Hello, I'm Daniel Ginting. Today I'm going to talk to you about the planned learning activities. Hopefully these presentations will give you clear descriptions about the concept and help you work on the assignments in this module. Dear participants, are you familiar with the saying, failing to plan is planning to fail? So in general, planning is important in any aspects of life, including in education. For some reason, it is because a good planning makes everything we are going to do well organized. So in the same way, teachers with good planning are more likely to achieve successful classroom activities than those without good planning. So let me start with what this term means. So the planned learning activities actually refers to a series of teaching steps to be carried out in order that the teaching objectives can be achieved. Now, the question is why we need to develop the planned learning activities. There are some benefits to gain if we develop this. First, it produces more unified lessons. Lessons planning gives you the opportunity to think deliberately about choice of lesson objectives, the types of activities, the sequence of the activities, how long each activity might take. Second, it allows teachers to evaluate their own knowledge with regards to the content to be taught. So if you have to teach, for example, a very difficult topic such as complex grammatical structure, but you are not sure of the rules, and then you would become aware of this during the lessons planning. Then you can take some steps to acquire the necessary information. And teachers are more confident. Teachers with a plan are more confident since they are clear on what needs to be done, how, and when. The lesson tends to flow smoothly. So in the lessons plan activities, there are some characteristics to include. For example, the general information, the learning objectives, the materials or resources, and the learning procedure. So let me start with the general information. So general information basically is something that you put in there. It serves a brief descriptions given for purposes of identification, such as the date, the class, the level, the lesson's title, and the directions of the meeting. Now let's talk about the learning objectives. So this concept refers to a statement of the measurable learning intended to occur as a result of instruction. Don't forget that there are three aspects to consider when talking about the measurable learning. That is the condition, and then the observable behavior, and the criteria. Let me give you an example. Here is my learning objectives. With the Socrates mobile app, the students are able to recognize the use of the simple present tense without errors. So the first question is, which one is considered as the condition? Let me erase two expressions. So with the Socrates mobile apps, it is a condition. Now let's talk about which one is observable behavior. Here we go. The students are able to recognize the use of the simple present tense. It is considered as the observable behavior. Now which one is the criteria? So without errors. Without errors is the criteria. Now materials or resources. This concept refers to anything you can use to facilitate the learning of a language. So it includes language inputs and language practice. In the materials or resources, you can prepare things like printed documents, movies, gazettes, CD-rooms, the internet, and even the mobile phones. This is about the lesson procedure. Just remember the acronym WIPPEA. So W is represented by the term warm-up, and then I introduction, P presentation, P practice, E evaluations, and A application. Let me start with the first one, that is the warm-up. So in a warm-up, you need to assess students' prior knowledge by reviewing previous material relevant to the current lessons. And in the introduction, you need to provide a broad overview of the contents and concepts to be taught, and focus the learner's attentions on new lessons. And in the presentation, you can teach them the lessons, content, and concepts. You can create an activity to introduce the skills to a variety of modalities using visuals, realia, description, explanations, and written text. And also here the practice section. In the practice section, you need to model the skills and provide them with the opportunities for guided practice. And next is the evaluations. In this evaluation, you need to assess each learner's attainments of the objective. And the last one is the application. You have to provide them with the activities that help the students apply their learning to new situation. So I do hope that you found this presentation useful, and don't forget to submit your work to the portfolio of the Canada. Thank you very much for watching.